Hello, my darlings. And so here we are with some more tiny home shenanigans. We haven't done a tiny home in quite a while, and I thought, what better time? The better time was last week when I wanted to get it out, but this week it's going to have to be the week. So today what I want to do, I want to build a block of tiny apartments. So this might not be classed as a tiny home in the Sims 4 categories, but we're still going to make it a lot smaller, a lot tinier than what it naturally would be with a normal sized block of apartments. So that is our task today. I do have a reference image. I'll show you that once we get over to the world that I'm building in. And we're building in the modern part of Windenburg today. I just thought it would be the perfect area for a tiny block of apartments. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fly on over now. I'm going to show you where we're building and we're going to make a start. You can use my code BUMPKIN at checkout on the EA app or at sims.com. I receive a small commission from your purchase and you greatly support me and the channel. Thank you so much. And so here we are, my loves, in the modern area of Windenburg on a 30 by 20 lot. Now, as I said, I've got a reference image for these apartments. I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you now. I love this render. I think it's really nice. I love the mix of the woods and the black, and I really like the railings. I don't think we've got anything massively similar, but I do think that we can find something that would fit in quite well to use as those railings. So this obviously to me looks like a few different segments of an apartment block. We're going to concentrate on a smaller one to make it tiny. And I'm going to try and do 3 apartments on this lot with their own kind of outside space. The ground floor level one will try and give them a bit of an outdoor garden, but I just love the use of greenery with this. I love all the plants and stuff on the balconies and the trees and hedges surrounding it and stuff. I want to make that apparent with this, so that is what we're going to try and do today. Yes, we are indeed. So first things first, this is where we're going to be next, loves, for our Let's Build the World. I'm really looking forward to getting to this area. I've got lots of ideas, including apartments. This is going to be a very apartment heavy area, especially up on these 3 lots up here. Ignore all my UI at the minute. We had an update. It's a bit broken. I need to update a couple of my mods, but I'm looking forward to it. A nice nightclub we're going to be doing, but that is another series. We don't need to be concentrating on that just now. Today, we're going to be all about building apartments, aren't we, my loves? Yes, we are. Right, we are on short height walls, and that's exactly what I want. So we're going to start from here, just because in my head, this isn't a road. This looks more like a bike lane to me. This might have been a road, but I think they've kind of like blocked it off in areas. Oh, I suppose you could still drive down here. Well, it'd be a bit of a squidge around here with a car, wouldn't it? Anyway, we're getting distracted. I still want to do like some kind of little mini car park in the front. I just think that would look quite cute and make it feel a lot more apartment-y. That is the vibe that we're going for today. Yes, it is indeed. But here we are. So we're going to start here. This is going to be like kind of the main entrance, I think. We're going to do one of these. Is there any better lighting on this side? Or is that it? That's it. Okay. Okay. Just so I know. And then this kind of comes out here. And then we've kind of got this block that goes on there. And then this goes down at the back. Let's go all walls up, please. This kind of goes down here. So this, I need to make sure that I'm getting in a good floor space for a tiny apartment. I don't want them to be huge. I really don't. But they're going to need to house quite a few things. Bathroom, kitchen, toilet, bedroom. The bedroom and the living area can kind of go in the same one, a bit studio-y. I don't really want to maybe separate them off. So I don't really know how big I want to go with them. I mean, that is quite a small size. I might even just do it one bigger, just to be safe. And then I think we can house quite a bit in there. We'll put a bathroom there. That's one thing that definitely needs to be separated off. Everything else can kind of live together as one. We'll see what happens with that. More at 12. I keep saying that. I'm saying it in my day-to-day life as well. Really need to stop. I really do. So we've got that going on. This kind of hangs over the top of here, which is above the kind of like main entrance. Can we get you up there, please? Thank you. And then the balcony kind of comes off the edge here. So let's get the balcony on while we're here as well. We may as well. Let's go for that. It's not a huge balcony. It's just like kind of one tile wraparound. But I might exaggerate that and make it a 2 wraparound. Just so they have got a nice bit of outside space. Let me just see that though. Will that take away the feeling of it? It might do, you know. Might take away the feeling. And we don't want to take away the feeling. Let's stick with the one tile for the minute. And if I want to change it, then I can. You know? And then I'm going to wrap this all the way around to the side. All the way around to the side at the top here. Oh, where am I building? I think Aiden, I think you need to sit down, darling. Oh, well, I am. I'll have you know. I'm sitting down. Let me wrap it around properly. There we go. Okay. Right. Yes. And then this kind of goes in one here. I don't really want it to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is boop it like that. And then it kind of reflects from the outside. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll do it all the way to there and all the way to there. Now I need to get the exact same space down here, or at least very similar, mapped up there too. Oh, why is that not a room? Oh, it's because of this. Okay, right, if I can do you to there, flop a ceiling on you. Beautiful. Gorgeous stuff. Right, okay. And then at the top here, the balcony kind of comes across one, kind of there, like that. And then it kind of goes down the side. This one is kind of a little bit of an inset moment. We can make that work, I think. What I mean by inset is it doesn't follow the footprint down below. But I think we can make it work, hopefully. Fingers crossed, tuppences crossed, everybody. I think we're going to be okay, he says. Okay, well that one there kind of copies in. But that one doesn't at the front. That's fine. I can make that work, I think. Or should we just come out? I'm coming out. I'm gay. I don't know if you lot knew, but I am. No, on that note, happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to all of my queer friends. I adore you. You're worth it. You are amazing. You're brave. You're beautiful. And we're elite. You know? Well, we are. I'm just saying. Right, so I'm doing that. And then I think with this one, what I might do actually is come out one at the front. Let me just see. This might make it look interesting. It might also make it look very weird. And it does. It makes it look very strange indeed. So what I'm going to do is come in there and do that, I think. Oh, I forgot that was where the balcony was going. What I'm going to do, we're just going to copy what we had underneath. And I'm going to bring that balcony right across to there. Getting rid of that wall, obviously. Get rid of you, thank you, please. Yep, that's lovely. And then we'll figure that out in a minute. I just want to get in the stair area for here. One. And then another one at the top as well. I think I'm going to copy the ground floor level and have it like that. Just so that kind of bumps out a bit there. Yes, that's interesting. I want to box in that as well, though. I think. And also this one. So it still gives it that vibe. Oh, I'm into it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very much into that. Okay, right, we've got that balcony going on. Let's make this into a room. So let's just pull this all the way across. Flop you down to about there, my love. And then I'm going to go ahead. I think what I'm going to do is bring this one out one more at the top here. Should I get rid of that bottom one? Just so it kind of staggers. Yeah, I like that. I don't know why I'm pointing at it, but I like that. And then I'm going to go a whifty-woo there. Plop that all the way down to there. Plop. And yes, yeah, I'm happy with that shape. I do enjoy it, to tell you. Yeah, okay. Now this is a lot chunkier. It's a lot chunkier like this way. But I don't know if I want to do that. I might do it on the top, actually. I wish we could do that with the walls, make the walls chunkier. You know, pressing that and then give it like a chunkier wall. That would be great. Let me just see it flatter again. I think I prefer it like that. And I think what I'm going to do is put a half wall on there instead. That's what we're going to do. The chunky platforms for me sometimes are just not the one. Because we can put a nice trim and stuff on top of that. That's better, yes. Okay, right. We've got that going on. We haven't really got floor plans. But what I would like to do first is get some stairs in. So we're going to go for a modern stair. And I would also like to get some kind of elevator, lift in. So I know we can't have lifts, but let's pretend that that there is a lift. Hopefully I can get stairs in there. But here we go. We're trying. We are trying. Can we use the floating stairs? Oh, if I mean, I could go to there. I actually could go to there. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go to there then. There, above, As above, so below, like that. And then I don't need to do another one there. Okay, that's working. Oh, that's very close to that lift there, though, isn't it? Very close. Oh, well. Health and safety, come at me. You know, what are you going to do? I'll tell my mum. That's what I'll do. Yeah, okay, lovely. Right, so we've got the stairs in. Floor plan probably going to be very much the same, just so we can be safe. And we're going to do a small bathroom in each of them. And I'm going to say like a company owns this, or not, yeah, owns it and rents them out. So each of the interiors are going to be very similar. I'm just going to mix up the palettes a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I'm indeed. Right, next things next, sorry. I mean, do you know what we could do? Just so they have got a little bit more outdoor space, and it kind of makes sense to have a view that way, doesn't it? I could give them the 2-tile balcony at the back, each of them. Obviously not with that wall there, you know? I think I'm going to do that. Let's do it to you as well, my darling. Up you all the way around to here. Do you know what? Maybe keeping the wall there would be good. If I can get you over the top. Oh. If I did that one there. And that one. Do you know what? I think that can work. Because this can have its own kind of like outdoor garden space. And then these can be the balconies there. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now what I need to do is figure out the wallpapers and windows. So I'm going to get that figured out, and then we're going to come back and you know what we're going to do. So here we go. Windows, doors, wallpapers chosen. We're going to use this one here. This one here just always reminds me of an apartment like entry door for some reason. So I think it's perfect. Bear in mind, it is a little bit shorter than the rest of the stuff that we're using. The doors to the actual balconies from the apartments are shorter, but I still think it looks fine. So that's what we're doing. Did I put them up that height? Did I go up higher with these? No, we kept them there. And then I flopped you to there. And then with the top one, I kind of wrapped these around the whole build. Well, not the whole build, just the corner. I popped another one like that. Unless I do it that way instead. That's better, yeah. And lovely. Beautiful job. Now round to the back, this is where I'm doing the entrance to the balconies. I just thought this space here would be perfect because this is kind of like unused. So I think that having an entry out onto the balcony itself, plus you'll have those lovely views then, won't you? Of the sea and whatnot. These little small ones are going to go into the bathroom. I'm going to do one there. We're going to do another one there. We'll put them up high just so there is kind of a privacy moment from them too. And I'm going to use the same ones, but put these into the entrance or the stairwell, sorry. Just so there's a little bit of natural light coming in to the stairwell itself. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Is that the right height? Am I doing it correctly? Yes, Aiden, you are. And then this one up here, plop you to there like that. Very kind of uniform, but I just think it works. And then on this side here, I debated on using these windows, which we can kind of put up to around about that height. Because I think this is where the kitchen is going to be as well. So at least the kitchen have got a nice view. Or using the same windows and putting them there. But this just kind of makes it look a little bit more interesting, I think. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to flop these in to the correct height. And I think that's going to work out quite nicely. Let me have a little looky. Everything's got light. We are thriving. We are living. I'm for it. Yeah, I think that looks nice. I don't know whether to lift these up just by one. Just because of how we've lifted the bottoms. Yeah, I think we should. Cool. That's stunning. I did debate on putting windows on these parts here because that kind of like goes into the stairwell too. Let me have a look. And there is one that's just popped into my head. A very simple window, but it might work really nicely. Oh, I forgot about these. Oh, they go with the window a lot better. They go with the other windows. I'm getting distracted. They go with the windows a lot better than these do. We're doing it. We're doing it. I'm going to flop you to around about there, and then we can do 2 of the buggers as well. Oh, I do want it to be balanced though on the inside wall. Oh, I prefer that. Yeah. We're doing it, loves. So we're doing this first before we move on to the other thing. the other idea that I had. Yeah, that's much better. I do love these windows, don't get me wrong, but I just think these fit in with the aesthetics that we're using a lot bloody more. They really do. Yes, is that all equal? It is. This was the window I was on about. Just maybe putting in like one there. Maybe there. And you there too. I mean, nothing. It's not a massive amount of difference, but I think that works actually. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Stunning. Okay. Now, let's just get all of this wallpaper on first, and then we're going to start picking out accents with the wood. I'm using this tile from the fitness pack. I just wanted a little bit of texture rather than a flat black, so I've gone for this one here, and I think it works. I really do. If I can flop you all the way around, my love. Got you on all sides there. Get you on that half wall. Beautiful. And then I want to get a trim on before we move on, because I've not done this yet, and I'm thinking it's going to be either the high tide trim, just for a little bit of a bounce around. Oh, I do like that. A bounce around? What? No idea. If I can flop you all the way around. Yeah, I do like that, you know. It's either that one. In fact, I could use that one on the top and the inlaid one on these bits. I mean, there's not much difference, but I think the inlaid one looks just a little bit better on the bottom levels rather than the top. Oh, she's fantastic. Yes. Right, let's get rid of that wallpaper. We don't need you anymore. And then I'm going to use this one, I think. And we're going to just pick some lovely areas. I think I want to maybe box in this area here, including the wall, like that. Maybe both of these bits here. One there, one there. Let me have a little look at you. Yes, and then maybe just the top bit like that. Just so it throws it up onto that level, and the rest can stay as they are. Yep, that's me sorted. And then back here, I think what I want to do is just do these panels on this side and also the other, and it's kind of reflecting that wallpaper onto this side here, just a smidge, you know, unless I just do these corners. Let me have a look, because I think this might just pull it together nicely. Oh, it does. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I'm into that. Beautiful. Now, flooring out here, I think I'm just going to go for a nice black tile, and I think the one from that Chef Hustle, yes, Chef Hustle, would look great. Oh, and I was right. I was absolutely right. Let's get that grid off, thank you. Oh, she looks smashing there. She really does. Don't forget the downstairs, Aiden, you silly bum. Don't know if I'm going to be going around with a balcony here. I think they're just going to have a bit of an outdoor space there. I think that's what I want to do anyway. Okay, and then for these areas, what I want to do, and by these areas, I mean the roof and also the ceilings, is I want to use you. Can I put you underneath? Oh, I can. Look at that. Oh, it's like it was meant to bloody be, wasn't it? Yeah, lovely. Now, do we do a black trim or do we do a brown trim? That is the choices. Do we do that kind of like brown trim, which does look nice? It's a little bit orangey. Or do we just go full black? I think the full black looks a bit smarter, you know? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, I can see you. I can see you, you little sneaky buggers. Get it in there and in that bit, please. 1 and 2. Thank you. Let me just check I've not missed anything else underneath of these. Nope, they're all painted. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that looks very smart, very swish, very tiny, very demure. Now, this is our choices. This was the perfect one that I thought would just look more like the reference image than the rest of them. Oh, that does look really good. I do like that. But then I also thought maybe this one. But then again, I do kind of like that as well. I like them both equally. I think this one looks a little bit better. A little bit more modern. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do this one. Yeah. And we're going to give them a little small area here. Oh, I don't want you to do that. Can you not? Ah, oh, bugger it. There we go. I'm just going to have to repaint it. There we go. Let's flip you around the other way. Thank you. Yeah, this one's going to need a gate. I think that looks smart. Smart and swish, and that is indeed what we wanted. Now that I've got the build down, I'm going to shuffle it backwards a little bit more because I think they could do with a communal pool. I think that would be great. The only problem is I don't want the communal pool to be right outside that neighbour's garden, you know, so I might have to swish over the apartment block to maybe around about there. Let me see this. What is this about at the minute? Whenever I'm moving a build, it does that. I don't like that. Stop it. This is not a retail residential. This is not a rental residential, whatever it's called. I don't know why it's doing it. And then putting the pool along here, you know, so that house has still got privacy from the communal area. Kind of makes sense. And we've still got enough space out here for all, maybe 4 car parking spaces, I'm going to say. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, well, with that being said, I think what I'm going to have to do is get rid of these windows and have access out from this way. Oh, it's going to have to be a slidey door. It can't be anything else, or even a single glass door. Let's do that. Yeah, I think this base game single glass door is going to work an absolute treat, I tell you. So we need a modern fence, don't we? We need a modern fence to hide the swimming pool area, the communal area, if you will. And I'm looking in gates for some reason. Honestly, Eden, you need to go to bed. I think I want to put this, yeah, this one. I wish we had some more modern fences. I'm so bored of this one. I really am. I would like to see some more, please. Some more modern high fences. That's what I would like to see. The end. So if I can take you... Again, I don't want it to like swamp it too much and make it look too big. So if I go to around about there and whip in the fence area that way. Let me have a little look with the grid off, please. I think that could work. Yes. Greenery, greenery, greenery. Once we get into the landscaping mode of this is where it's going to pull it all in, because I want to put so many trees on this lot. It's going to be diabolical. But that is indeed what I want to do. Yeah, lovely. Okay, right, then we can get a pool in now, can't we? So let's map in a lovely little pool area. I think I want to go to around about there and bring you down to around about there. It's not the biggest of pools, but I want space for sun lounges and stuff, so I'm going to keep that like it is for the minute. Yes, I am a dude. Yeah, and I think just so we can tie in what the aesthetics are, I think we'll use the same flooring out here. Will it look better that way or that way? It looks better that way, so we'll do that way. Yes, we will. In fact, I'm going to use this in the entrance areas as well. I'm going to do it up to there. We may as well get it into the lift areas too. Flop it all the way around like that. Oh, she's stunning. She's living. She's coming to life. She really is coming to life. And that is what we wanted today, didn't we? The answer to that, my loves, is yes. I am going to do an entrance into the area here too, though. Just so they've got like an exit if they're by the pool or whatnot. They can get out from that area then, can't they? Oh, she's stunning. Right, okay, so we need a car parking bit out the front here. I kind of want to wrap it in a fence, though. Like, around the front. Tell you what we can do is use the fence that we didn't get to use. And maybe use that to wrap in the area out the front. Let me have a look. Let me just have a little look. Yeah. Not the one. I tell you what one will be the one, though. Maybe. Hopefully. And it's this one because it will match in with the aesthetics. Ah! That's the ticket. All the way around. To around about there. And where we're going to be doing the parking. Probably best to keep the parking on this side. Oh, in fact... No, greenery on this side. Parking on this side. If I could do you to there. Big enough for a car, please. And then wrap you all the way around. Do I want to take this all the way down to here? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to wrap it all the way around to here and just cut it in there like that. And then I'm going to do a hedge and stuff on the outside of that, I think. Because we need to remember, this is like public walking areas here. And they can see right onto this balcony here. Ooh. Bushes. Bushes, trees. That will hide it, as it will. So, we're not going to be able to match in any of this. I wish this was the flooring. I always think that. This would be such a good flooring in the game. As would this one. Maybe with a little bit of a better texture. But this, I want it right now. So let's see if I can find something that will match in okay with that. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but I think we could maybe make this one work. And I'm going to do areas in here with lots of greenery. So I'm going to leave that big area there out. Flop you all the way around to there. This is going to be the car parking spot. I don't know why I'm doing it all the way down there, you know. I know that I've said about this, but I'm going to hide that with hedges and stuff, I think. So I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to get rid of you. In fact, let's just move that one. Oh, excuse you, please. Move that one to there. Like that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. You, my love, are not invited. Thank you. Trees here. Beautiful job. Yep, into that. This is all going to be greenery and trees. So I think that's what I'm going to have to move on to next. The landscaping. The landscaping and just sorting out of the car park, lighting, all of that stuff. So I'm going to go into a little bit of a speed build portion right now. And I'm going to get all of this beautiful area landscaped and full of trees and bushes. Not going to put so much up out on the balconies just yet until we actually get onto the final details of the apartment. So we'll do that bit together with the trees and stuff. So I will see you in just a second. And so there we are. All of the landscaping has been done. I just went for a full green bush everywhere. And I think it's just really held the lot into the environment. That is the technical terms that I'm going to go for today. Still managed to keep this area here free, just so they still have all got that view out. But it just gives it, it secludes it. And I'm very much for that. Very much for that indeed. And you can obviously see a little bit of a car parking area out the front here, along with some areas to put your bikes, your bins, your mail, all of the things. And I also put this just on this window here, just for some privacy, because that kind of looks straight in to that apartment, and we don't want that. We want privacy, my loves. So we're going to make a start out here. This is what we're going to get done. Yes, we are indeed. So I would like to go around the edge of the pool trim with maybe this one in the black. Nothing more needs to be said apart from je ne sais quoi. And I think I would like to put in some lovely water. We're going to go for that one there. Beautiful stuff. And let's just get in a nice tile in here and go for this like grey one from base game. And we'll probably go for the grey matching tiles on the bottom. Here they are. Beautiful. Lovely job. I think I'm only going to do one pool ladder. And I think I'm going to add it just in the middle on this side here. And we're going to go for a dark grey. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to go for a black. That's much better. Right in the middle. Beautiful job. Is that the middle? I can't tell. I can't tell. I need the grid. Excuse me, grid. No, that's not the middle. That is gorgeous. Because I do want to utilize this area here as somewhere where they can have loungers down. And I'd like 4 loungers. So let's do that. Let's get the loungers out. Going to go for a nice... I might even go for a wood, actually, just to bring a little bit of a wooden element down. And I would like to get some seating areas in. And I've just seen this, and I think we could make this work if we can find a good swatch for it. Now, this has got me thinking. Should we do the seating area here? And the lounges over this side? Will they fit on this side? That is the question. They're a little bit too close to the pool. So no, we're not doing that. So I might not be able to use these because there's not enough space really. But unless I just do a couple of seats like against this wall here, that could be a vibe. Let's try that. So we'll do one there, one there, one there, and one there. Is that equal? I think it is. Is it? Who knows these days, you know? Yeah, that's nice. I like the wood as well. I think it brings in a little bit of that wooden element, which is very nice. And I think I'll use like a black table for something that they can put their drinks on. Coffee table's probably not the way to go. Let's bring out our old favourite and pop this one in. I'm going to plop you down to there and you down to there like that. Oh, she's stunning. I'm living. Yes. And because we've done this plant here, I'm feeling... Can I get you in there? Oh, no. That's a little bit too much of a squidge. What about if I pushed you right in? It does clip slightly, but I think I can let that go. Yes, I can. Okay, stunning. Now, this one does come in a darker swatch, doesn't it? I mean, it does, but that wood's just a bit off. I think it would probably be safer if we did that one. Yeah, lovely. So I am going to put a couple of seats here. One there and one right next to it. So if I can move you along like this. So at least there's somewhere for them to come and sit by the pool. That's a nice little shout. And I could make this into a bit of a barbecue area. Let's do that while we're here too. So I'm going to use the posh barbecue. Let's go for this one in a darker moment, please. That's perfect. I'm going to pop you just down to here like that. So at least they've got a lovely little barbecue moment. There isn't really anywhere for them to sit and eat though. I mean, the benches, they could, but it would have been nice to have a couple of tables here. Unless, what I could do is bring the barbecue to there and put a small table here. Or even a picnic bench. And then bring the picnic bench and just slot it in there like that. Yeah, but that's not the right picnic bench now I'm looking at it. This one here is a little bit better. Fits in with the aesthetics a little bit nicer. I'm indeed into that. And can I bring a few more of these around? Can we do one over here? No. That hedge is poking through. I didn't even realise that. If I can do another one of these at the bottom here then. And then put another one. Can you get into the area I want you to be? Thank you. I'll flop you to there. Yeah, I think that can work. Lovely. Right, let's manoeuvre this hedge a little bit. How very dare it. It was just the one by the looks of things. That's fine. Oh, no, there is another one clipping through there. How dare you? Yeah, okay. And now I'm feeling some lighting for this wall, just for a bit of architectural detail. And I'd like to use the Spa Day ones. Here they are. And just do a couple of strips of these, because this is an otherwise very blank wall. I think just having a little bit of a detail like this in it. If I could do maybe 3 like this, and then go up to there like that, and then up to that one. Just for a little bit of detail. No, I don't like it. I think instead, and maybe just one. If I did one of them on this side, so it kind of meets that point where the wood hits that tile, and then use this one and do a bit of detail with these instead. Let me see where the balance is going to be. It's going to be around about here. And flop you all the way up, and I'll just do these all the way up like that. Yeah, and then it brings a bit of detail to that otherwise very blank wall. Do I want to climb some ivy in that? Maybe I do. Yeah, let's do some dark ivy. I'm going to double these, I think, and then go up with this one. 1, 2. Let's bring you to there like this. Size you down. Don't want it to go all the way up to around about there. Oh, yes. Again, just bringing a bit of that greenery. So I'm going to pull these a bit further forward now because they're kind of getting eaten by that, aren't they? Lovely. And then I want to bring some lighting to this area. So let's use these ones here for the pool areas. We can just pretend that they're kind of battery operated. And I think what I'm going to do is use the spotlights, these ones, for the rest of the area. I think I'm not going to put it on the pool though. I'm going to like do it here, size them down on there, and me. Oh, that's a bit weird actually. Let's use the pool as a reference. So if I can go to there and there, move you into the middle, and then do the same on this side. So I do one there, one I think there, beautiful, and then this one up on this area. Did I? No. Okay. So you need to go there. Oh, how dare you? There, as do you. There we go. Yeah, that just brings a little bit of soft light. You're not going to get a lot of light out of that, but I think it's going to work anyway. And I'll do the same with the pool area too. So one of you, one of you, one of you, and let me get in the middle here, one of you. Beautiful job. And then let's do our usual and paint the area outside of this in soil. So it looks like it's underground. Beautiful. I mean, that's a very nice little communal area as far as I'm concerned. Just a few final details for the exterior. What I want to do is get some solar panels on top here. I think this would be a kind of a very eco-friendly place to live. So I'm going to do them in the green. And I think I'm going to do about maybe 6 of them. Yeah, if I can do like 6 right in the middle. 1, 2. This isn't in the middle at all. Yeah, but I am going to push them up, and then maybe I could put something else down at this level here. Some kind of ventage, some kind of like venting looking system I think would work well. Being in an apartment block, I think it would need it, to be honest. These probably work out a little bit better, but they're just very big. So I'm going to do 2 of them either side. In fact, probably this way, just so they're not blasting in on each other. And that kind of adds a little bit of realism to the top of it, doesn't it? It's very simple, but I think it's going to work. Lovely. So we're getting into the interiors now, and if you remember what I said was each of these are going to be exactly the same apart from the top one because of the windows. So I might do that one a little bit differently layout wise, but they're all going to be very much in the same vein. So I'm just going to furnish one of them together and then do the rest off of camera, just because it's going to be easier that way and not so repetitive and boring for you lovelies. And so it sticks in with the aesthetics we've got going on in here. I'm thinking, do we want to use tiles in here? It is a very modern apartment. I think that could work actually, and in the bathroom. And there is a wallpaper that I think would work really well, because I was even thinking about changing it for the exterior, this one. I mean, it does look nice if you kind of mix the panels up actually. Just for a little bit of texture change. They are slightly different colours, but I kind of like that. Yeah, do you know what? I actually do kind of like that. I think it just adds something to it that otherwise wasn't there before, you know? So I'm just going to take out a panel from each of these and just add on a secondary texture. Yes, we are. We'll change you, but I won't change that one, and I'll change this one. Any more for any more. But what I was saying was like using a bit of this in here, I think would work quite nicely. Maybe doing this full wall, and even that door bit could be quite nice. Or maybe even this window panel here. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then doing a soft, like, concrete grey for the ceiling and the rest of the walls, I think would look good. Yes, like that. Just nice and modern. And I'm going to do the whole bathroom in that grey. Like this. Gorgeous. Now, I do need to get this place lit up, so that's what we're going to do first. Now, I don't know where I want everything to go in here. I almost want to use a Murphy bed, but we all know the colour choices of the Murphy bed. It doesn't... It's just... I never use it because it just doesn't go with any of the other swatches that we've got in game. And it bloody annoys me. I mean, we could go for black. Black... Yeah, it does. It suits it. Well, forget I said a thing. What about if we did a Murphy bed with the sofa? And then we can try and make this into a bit of a living room moment. Where do you go to? You go to there. So I would have to put something here with a TV on top. Or even a half wall there. And then put the kitchen in the half wall. Let's try a half wall first. Let's go for that. I think that's probably going to be our safest bet. We're going to do this live as well. So you can kind of see me struggle. Would that be... If I did that there... Oh, that does separate it off quite nicely as well. Which is very nice. And use the concrete? Or should we use the wood? The wood. Let's do that and that there. Let's get up a little wooden trim as well, if you will. Thank you. What area have we got here to work with the kitchen? I think it's going to be tight, but I think we can make that work. That's what she said. Okay. So that goes to there. That comes out to there. We could put a small console table of some descript and put a TV on top of it. And the TV doesn't need to be massive. We don't need to do a big flat screen in here. But what about if I use this one? That's still going to give us enough room there. Nothing's going to fall on it or whatnot. And then go for the small flat screen. So you're still getting your entertainment, but you've also... I think that could work. And I do like that swatch in here. That does look very nice indeed. I think we can make it work. We're making it work, you know? But as is life today, we are all trying to make it work. No, I'm changing that sentence. We are making it work. Thank you. I'm going to use one of these Lindsay speakers. Just so, again, they've got a bit of entertainment in here. And maybe even a console, you know? So they've got multiple uses of entertainment. So let's go for this one. Can we go? Oh, I'll go for a white one. There we are. Like the whole entertainment station there. That will keep this whole apartment going. Thriving. There we go. That's the word I wanted. Yes. Okay. And then I think I want to use a blind up here. We're going to go for ye old favourite. Maybe if I did this one here, actually. In the grey and then sized it down. Oh, no, that's not the ticket. I just think this one here hangs down a bit low. So, I don't know, actually. If I put it up a bit higher, I think we could get away with that. No, it doesn't cover the window, though. Let's do it there, like that. There we are. Yes, that's a vibe. Can I move this door? Oh, do you know what? I can. I'm going to move the door to there. It's very close to the stairs, but I'm doing it anyway. Don't care. Do not care, because we could utilise this for something. And I think that would be the perfect spot to have a little desk. You know? And I might use that new desk, this one. Will this fit in here if I did it in a fancy wood? Oh, it's a bit thick. That's what she said. Aiden, stop saying that. For goodness sake. I think it's a bit big, sadly. What about if I use this one in like the black and brown? Oh. Can I just have it in solid black instead then? I think that fits in a little bit better. Okay, we're doing that. I'm going to flop you into there. And I'm going to put a laptop on top of this one. Just so, again, it looks a bit mobile. You can use it anywhere. Yes. And I think we could do like a dining table along here then. Maybe even a 3-seater along there. Depends on what we do with the kitchen. But yeah, that's going to work. Happy with that. And I'm going to get in a nice fancy chair. I might go for this one here, you know. Oh, yes. Flop that one into there, like that. I could probably even fit a plant behind there, you know. Maybe the skinny boy from Get to Work. Or even this. And I haven't used this in a while. Let's punch a bit of this in here. Oh, yeah, that looks nice behind there. If I can get you to around about there, then. This bed should come down. You can pull the chair out quite easily. And that looks very stylish, very swanky. Lovely. We do need a light above here, but I don't know what light to pick there just yet. Let's have a look. Maybe to reflect on what we've used outside. Maybe we'll go for this one. Again, it just brings a bit of style in here, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, I like that. We can do that. Okay, that area I'm happy with for the minute. I do want to put maybe something up on the wall here, but I want to get the kitchen in first because this is the one that I'm a little bit apprehensive about. But we're going to go for this fancy kitchen in the black, just so it looks felt and fits in here gorgeously. If I can do you to there, we can do the oven there. We'll pop you to there, and we'll probably can fit in one more size. One more side, which will have to have the sink on. So we're going to have to leave one of these corner pieces free for them to actually cook. So that's what we're going to do. And I want to do the fancy fridge. Unless we do... Or we could go for the small fridge. That does look very svelte in here, doesn't it? Svelte seems to be the word of the day today. What about if we do a small fridge rather than a tall one? I'm going to do it. And I'm going to use this one from the Bachelor's or Casanova pack, whatever it's called. Yes, I like that. And then go ahead and match in that with that, like this. I think we've cracked it. Yes, okay. And then I'm going to get in a lovely sink. Flop you into there like this. It works. It just works. I actually do think we should use cabinets in here. Flop you just around about. Yes. Oh, this is working. This is absolutely working, loves. I was a little bit apprehensive about this kitchen, but I think that fits in there quite nicely. Stunning. Round of applause, please. I can't be bothered to put a sound in, so I'm just going to do it myself. Right. So what about if we didn't do a dining table and we just did like a breakfast bar with stools? Let's try that first. So this one. Don't know if this is going to be a bit of a tight squidge. Probably this is going to be big enough for 2 people, isn't it? So if I did 2, oh, that's going to be such a tight squeeze. No, I just had to see it. I had to see it to see if it would work. And the answer is no, it doesn't. So dining table it is. So this is the table I'm thinking of using. I'm going to pop it here. And I did trial this and I think it will work. Doing 3 seats. And then I'm sure the Sims will be able to flow around here quite easily and also use that bin. And I actually really love that table with those chairs. I think it's a little chunky number with a little skinny number, you know? And I'm kind of feeling that. Kind of feeling that indeed. I think that works. Nice bit of art for the wall there. And then there's good access out onto the balcony area too. Okay, yeah. Happy with that. Very happy. One thing I do want to change is change the lighting, but I think having some kind of low hangers. I know where your minds went because my mind went there too. But I think having a couple of like cheeky low hangers right up in my face is where I want to go today. I'm just in that kind of mood. What about if I did these ones? Oh, that would look good over the dining table. Oh, it does. I'm going to do that instead and leave the spotlight where it is. I think what I'll need to do is a full-length mirror because there isn't really any full-length mirror in here. And I think having it over here would make sense because this is where I want to try. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this, but this is where I want to try and get in some kind of wardrobe. It would probably have to be quite a small wardrobe, but I'm going to try my bestest. I think I would like to go down the route of using something like this. Will I be able to squidge this in without it looking strange? This was the one that was in my head that I wanted to use. I don't like this here. What about if I turned it this way? Just so I know that they can get out that way then. That's fine. I'm going to keep that where it is. And I'm going to keep it in that brown as well, just so it blends in with the wall and it doesn't look too weird. It's almost... I don't know whether this is going to work. I forgot to say, I did change the door down here for this one because it fits in with those the windows that we've chosen well. What about if we did a single glass door here rather than the double slidey? Because, I don't know, that just... If I did that, whipped you along to around about here, this will kind of fit in a little bit better. Do you know what? I think I want to do that. I think that works out a little bit better, which means I'm going to have to do this for the rest of the apartments as well. So, yeah, cool. So it's still allowing natural daylight to come in, but it's just not the slidey door. That is absolutely fine. I'm fine with that. I am. And then I'm going to get in a mirror. What about if we use this one here in the darker? Yeah, that's perfect. So we need some details, don't we? So I want to get a plant up on this table. I'm going to use the plant of dreams because I just love it. And I'm going to flop you to around about there, right underneath that light, please. That's gorgeous, yes. That brings a splash of decoration to here. I'm not going to do any kind of... I was going to say I'm not going to do any kind of appliance, but I think just having a really nice coffee machine on top of this fridge would work out quite nicely in this area. Yeah. We need a few more bits of art. We could put a little bit of art here and one up on the wall there. And I think the art from Dream Home Decorator is going to fit this space the best. That goes really nicely with that sofa. I like that. So I'm going to flop you to there. There we go. Oh, yeah, that area is looking smashing. Let's finish off this by doing the bathroom and then also the balcony. So I want, it's going to have to be a shower, obviously. So let's first off get a lovely shower in. We're going to go for black everything. Can I get that there? No. If I can do you to there then. Shower there. Sink and toilet over on this side. And I think I'm going to use that kit to death. And I'm going to put this in. Can I put that right into the wall? Yeah, but I think it probably... I think what needs to happen... This needs to go on this wall, right next to the toilet. And the sink may need to go here. Unless I do this. Pop these on either side. Let's swap it over. We'll do you there. And put this toilet on that side. Yes, that's the one. They should be able to get through there, no problem. Did I size down that light? I don't think I did. Size you down. Oh, sorry, boot my mic. Yes. Yes, I do believe we're going to be fine with that. And let's use this towel rail. I'm going to flop you to there. Bathroom mirror. I'm wondering, is there a little slice of a mirror? Oh, actually, this one here might work. I don't think it will, actually. Oh, no. Unless I move the windows along one for the bathrooms. I mean, that won't hurt either. I could do that, and then for the top one along there as well. And then that's going to give me a bit more room now to actually fit in a mirror, which is important in a bathroom, I must say. So I'm just going to use this small black one and pop that there, like that. That took a while to get out then. Toilet roll, we'll flop that right there. Beautiful job. And then I'm going to use these hangy bits for the shower area, just so that it looks like there's a little bit of storage there. Yeah, perfect. Well, there we go. There's the inside of it done. I'm happy with how that has turned out. We are now going to pop some things out on the balcony. So, I mean, to take in that view, it would be a great area to come out and have some breakfast, wouldn't it? So I'm going to do a nice glass table. Pop that right near the balcony edge. Beautiful job. There, and put in 2 chairs. Maybe those fold out chairs would suit it, especially. Oh, actually, would that brown go with it? Oh, it does. There we go. That brown goes with the wood. Flop you to there like that. There's not much else I want out here. I don't want this to be a huge space because it's not a huge space, but I would love somewhere for them to come and sit down and also see the view. Wondering if I could use a bit of this. Even if I did like a little corner. No, the sofa would make it look too much like an interior sofa. If I did that, I think that would work quite nicely. Yes, but the all-important thing here is greenery. I want to get greenery out across all of these balconies. So I'm going to pull a few plants out. If I can grab one into the corner there. I do think this one here would work on these areas too, yes. Flop one up to there like that. I think these would look great out the front areas. If I can do one there. Bit of privacy also, but then also a little shock of greenery. And a bit more of a low level one. I'm going to use the plant of dreams. I'm going to do it. Flop you to around about there. Just to bring out a little pop of greenery onto those. Perfect. And so here we are, my darlings. This is the final look. And I'm quite pleased with it. I think it's very, very sweet. A little tiny block of apartments. So we've obviously got this area. You come in here. The little car parking moment. Along with the bike park and the bins. We've obviously got this communal space out the back. With a pool, a barbecue, an area to sit down and eat. And a little area to lounge around in the sun itself. Very nice indeed. So you can come through this way. This is obviously the main entrance door here. The stairs do go all the way up. Very nice indeed. And this is the look of the apartments on the inside. So come into here. Little full fold down Murphy bed. Bit worried about that picture now. That picture would get swiped off the wall, wouldn't it? Shush, this is just a game. A little desk area down here where they can do some bits and bobs and work. We've got a lovely little dining space there just off of our small kitchen. We have got a full entertainment space as well, so all your bits and bobs there. Lovely kitchen area. I have gave everywhere a smoke alarm as well, so we won't get any fires. And also one of the water sprinklers. I put that underneath of, like, by the lift. That could come over a little bit more, actually. But, so, this place is going to meet all of the fire regulations. Yes, it is indeed. I did do all of the balconies. They're just very similar to the rest of them. I'll show you above in just a second. And then, obviously, we've got a bathroom. We've got a lovely bathroom in each of them too, which is very, very nice indeed. But yeah, I'm happy with the look of this. I think it works. What I do want to do is just get up to the top floor, just so we can see some of the views from the balcony areas. And with the top floor, this one here is just a slightly different configuration. I like the concrete ceilings with the concrete wall. I just think it works very nicely in this space. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. And then obviously these have got the views. You can see right out over the ocean and yonder from these areas, which is very nice indeed. But that's it. A tiny home in the bag. A little collection of tiny apartments for you, my darlings. I will get this up on the gallery for you. But leave me some lovely comments down below. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Let's Build the Worlds, where we are starting our village hall build. So that's what's going to be happening then. I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.